So, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all our viewers around the globe, and thank you and welcome to another series of intimate conversations with your host, Mandy Horton. And if you feel compelled to actually push the subscribe button on my YouTube channel, I would really appreciate that. So, today's guest, we have Angela Cruz. Welcome,
Yeah.
Angela.
Yes.
Oh, yay!
It's such a pleasure to be here with you, with this
Oh.
gorgeous woman.
And same back to you, gorgeous lady. Honestly, your vibration and your upbeat, everything is just so cool. And
Uh,
yeah, love being in your energy. It's very uplifting. It's cool. So thank you for
yeah.
saying yes to coming on to this show with me and allowing others that may not know you or have heard of you to get to know you a bit. So I will just read your bio and
Okay.
introduce you. So,
Yeah.
Angela, the Akashic Mentor, is a soul aligned strategist, spiritual guide, and visionary leader for soulpreneurs, healers, and lightworkers ready to activate their highest potential. Through the sacred wisdom of the Akashic Records, ancient teachings, and quantum energetics, she empowers unconscious entrepreneurs to align with their divine purpose, dissolve old limitations, and create prosperous, purpose driven lives and businesses. Angela is the creator of transformational programs, meditations, and energetic activations that bridge spirituality with aligned strategy. Her teachings awaken deep remembrance, inspire powerful identity shifts, and guide you to embody your true soul blueprint. Known for her magnetic presence and deeply healing transmissions, she helps others reclaim their radiance, attract soulmate clients, and build sustainable abundance from within. Through her books, workbooks, and powerful sessions, Angela invites you to reconnect with the truth of who you are, a divine creator, build a
Hmm.
life and business that honors your gifts, your mission, and your light. Absolutely. I
Yes.
love yeah,
I'm passionate about the Akashic Records.
you are very much so. And
Yeah.
before we get into that and how you got into it and the journey it took, maybe that, however much you wish to share, um, were you an awakened, conscious, awake child when you were little, Angela?
Yes, I
You were?
was.
Yeah. And
Yes, I
how,
could read people's records. I didn't know it was records, but I could read their energetics, you
yeah,
know?
yeah. And how did that, how did that impact your family and things? Like, were your parents or your mum and dad, were they
Yeah.
there on
In
board?
fact, yeah, no, I was punished for my spiritual gifts because my parents, they were Jehovah's Witness.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah, so it was very religious. My father was very controlling, and he was a narcissist as well.
yeah.
So it was very patriarchal environment. And I remember when I start just expressing what I was feeling, my mother made me eat red pepper.
Oh, really?
Yes, to be quiet, like,
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I could see spirits. I still can see, but I could see spirits. I said, "Oh, a spirit is talking to me," and I could speak light language.
Beautiful. And
Yeah.
would you like, how would the light language come through? Like, in respect to, would it be when you're just sitting with mum and dad, or did you sort of control it where you wouldn't bring it through in that
Yeah,
environment?
very interesting question because now I am speaking again, but I call Akashic language. So I remember that I used to speak it when I was like by myself or with some friends in nature. I always loved nature, the trees.
Mm.
And so I was speaking with the trees, with the nature, like it, it started flowing.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, yeah.
Beautiful. So how did you, for me, navigating through life, knowing, like I was very conscious aware as well, very young, and recognizing that nobody else seemed to talk about or be aware of what I felt I was aware of and could see in the
Mm,
world, and finding my way through, I suppose, those times was quite sort of difficult in respect to where you feel like you're a little bit of an outsider, or you feel like you just sort of something doesn't fit.
yes,
Um,
yes.
and it's quite a difficult thing to navigate, but I know so many of us felt that way when we were children and throughout our whole life, really, until we became okay with who we were, really. I think that's really where it clicks in, eh? And you just get comfortable with who you are. It doesn't matter what anyone else is up to. But how did you get through, your younger years and settling through
Mm,
that?
yeah. So in fact, it was really hard time for me. But I really could feel like I could see myself navigating timelines and I could not understand. But when I became a teenager, I really want to study. So my first college was physics. And yes, and I'm passionate about science as well. And nowadays we know that science and spirituality they walk, together
Yes.
hand to hand with
Yeah.
hand. So, but I was very anxious and I used to have panic attacks
Right.
because I could not understand very so a strong anxiety, and a lot of pressure from my father. My mother always on the fence, and I didn't feel any support at all. I didn't have their support because I was brainwashed, you know.
Yeah.
And so when I was 19, I left my parents' home.
Okay.
And then from that time, I remember that I was really rejected because they didn't talk to me for 20 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I got so I it was really hard time. It's
Yeah.
like I didn't remember about my gifts any longer. So when I got divorced, because I repeated the pattern of my father, in my ex-husband, a narcissist as well, very abusive. So when I really got divorced, I just told myself I've got to change.
Right.
And then when I started my therapy, it was with a coach, and I started reading Joe Dispenza's books. Then I start my own journey. So I really delve into something when I start doing. So I start reading books, and I did the Theta Healing certification. I got the Theta Healing. Have you heard of Theta Healing?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and then I did a lot of course of it, and then my gifts started flourishing again. And I always knew there was something more, there's something more, something deeper. And then when I started studying about the Akashic Record, like boom, it was like an explosion.
Yeah.
And I started delivering sessions completely different from what I have learned. And then I downloaded my I call soul technology.
Beautiful.
Yes,
Beautiful.
but when I was young, I could understand about that. I really had a really hard time.
Yeah. Yeah. And it is difficult because we came in at such a dense space as well.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
these new children coming in now, say, we've
Oh, yes.
raised the frequency a bit, and there's not so much density, depending on what lifestyle they're living, of course, and all of that. But I think for us back in our time, I call us pioneers, we had to break through a lot of the conditioning and the tradition, of what was
Yes.
expected of us in our life to do our life. And that was where I found the most difficult. stages for me because I was expected to do it a certain way, and I was
Uh-huh.
never that girl that was going to do it that way anyway. So it was quite confronting for my parents to recognize that I was, had that strong rebel within us that is just, going to do it our way. That's
Mm-hmm.
however that is, whatever that might be, but we're going to do it our way. We're not going to be told how to do it. So yeah, it's quite a big movement, isn't it?
Yes.
Mm.
And now we are awake and we are in this path. We can understand our parents because they didn't have the consciousness, to teach us, me, learn about your truth, learn to love yourself, all of this. Because
Yeah,
in fact, they were struggling as well.
they were really
Yeah.
struggling. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And so when you moved into the Akashic record realm and
Yeah.
and that information, how do you like some people, a lot of people actually have mentioned it being like a big library. Do you see it like
Oh yeah.
as
Mm-hmm.
like a form, as a structure of some sort?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. So, in fact, people say
Awesome.
libraries just as an analogy to understand.
Yeah.
But in fact, the Akashic Records is pure frequency. It's an Akashic, it's a field of consciousness, divine consciousness. So it's high frequency and it stores the journey of your soul. From the moment we were detached, fragmented from the soul, like boom, right? Our journey began. So it's everything's there, the timelines, the dimensions, everything you have been, everything you are becoming. And there is the remembrance. This your soul knows that there's something deeper. So, what I learned from my guides when I downloaded my technology is that we have these memories, these Akashic memories, in our beautiful body. So, this is one of the ways that I access the Akashic Records as well. It's really, really effective for healing and alignment.
Right. So would that be a term like would cellular memory be the term for that? The
Mm-hmm.
caching? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course.
So, and then you can learn about your vibrational signature of your soul, right? The
Mm.
vibrational signature of your soul that I call soul blueprint. Your soul blueprint is it's here. I see the framework here in the heart. So the more we activate that, the more you can learn about you, your divine self, who you really are, your sacred truth. And then when you start embodying this identity, wow, then you,
Yeah. And did you would have had help, I presume, with understanding your records, like your own personal soul print and
mm-hmm.
did you see that for yourself or were you
Oh, yes.
yeah, and that would have been exciting, I'm presuming.
Yes, in fact, reading our own Akashic records is more difficult than read other people's records.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because we have the filters, emotional filters, all of this. But the more you do it, the better you become.
Mm,
And what is interesting, imagine like this. You have your records here, all the timelines, dimensions, everything, your multidimensionality, everything is there. And inside your records, there are other records. For example, your story with money, with prosperity, wealth, I mean, financial wealth, it's all there. Your ancestry records, your business records, because your business has a spirit, has a soul. and you can interact with it. So there are records, your records within. And then when you learn to access and interact or only observe, right? The lower timelines we observe, the highest timelines we engage. That is
Yeah.
the key point, right? So when you learn how to do this, I'm going to start teaching at the end of the month the level one Akashic Line certification to read your records, to read money records, ancestry records, and business records. It's divided into three parts, 3 months. So I'm really excited for this because I think
Mm,
now it's time for people to start learning about their own records. It's the point is to learn and to tap into your Akashic wisdom,
yeah. Yeah.
you know, and it's all there to connect with your multidimensional self ooh, that is tapping into higher intelligence, higher wisdom that you can simply download for you here.
Mm, beautiful. That'll be
Yes.
exciting for you to teach that, and also for those that come
Yes,
into
that's
that.
my thing.
Mm, yeah, I see it. I
Yeah.
see the passion in you for that. I get very passionate as well about teaching, and I love it too. That was the only thing I knew that I was here as a young child. If anyone said to me, "What are you going to do?" I'd go teacher. But I thought I was going to go
Mm.
to, teachers college and learn to be a teacher in a school or a high school somewhere. But when I got to college, which is high school, I knew that was definitely not where I was heading. It's like that's not my world,
I used to be a
you
teacher.
know. Yeah. Um,
Yeah, English teacher, and I really love teaching.
yeah.
And when I start my own journey, like healing myself, going to therapy, having the therapy sessions, all of this, I felt something. Oh, there's something missing here. That is
Mm,
mentorship.
yeah.
We need to learn,
Yeah.
right? Because we do the healings, we receive the healings, and how the point this is something that I see frequently to sustain the space created within when you are healing yourself. That is the key point as well,
Yeah.
right? So that's from you keep the space for alignment, and that's where the moment that we need to learn
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
tools. Yeah.
Yes. For sure. Um, I was pondering things. You know how you sit and you just ponder. I sit with nature out there and I just ponder, and my questions come forward within myself that are around whatever it might be
Mm.
at the time, and one of those times just recently was on the 4th of the 4th, where we were moving through a 4/4 portal in April.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. And the build up for 3 days before that was the major big build up, and then fourth was just a fizzler. And I thought, yeah, it's like the Lionsgate thing. All the energies before it, and then Lionsgate, it sort of just is this beautiful calm. Um, but anyway, in that I was pushing through membrane. So like a clear
Mm.
fill, face pushing through this clear filled stuff, cling fill. And I said, what is that? And they're going, well, breaking through through membrane. And I was aware that we were bringing ourselves through into a new timeline. And just the other day, I got it again where, our
Wow.
worlds crossed. We had the two worlds, and in the
Uh-huh.
middle's that piece that where they both connect. We've come into that space there, and now we were breaking through the wall of the old world, and so that wall of the old world, we were pushing our way through it, breaking through the membrane of that, which is then birthing into actually the new world, which we're now really building. It's like we've actually moved ourselves to that space
Mm-hmm.
now. That's what I believe. And what I was getting shown. And so in that space, what I also recognized was that this moment with me, because I do cellular memory. That's I'm that practitioner that assists people into their body to pick up their Akashic records, I suppose they're saying, or the cellular
Yeah.
memory. And what that did was it showed me, it was like seeing that all the cells in our body are like a universe on their own. They hold such structure that is just everything in them. And
Yes.
all the life, and what I was seeing with that was that when we drop into a cellular memory, say, whatever that memory might be that comes up, or the remembrance of something within that, it's actually that we've dropped into an alignment frequency alignment
Mm-hmm.
with that realm, right? And
Uh-huh.
when I was being shown, I was shown through the membrane, I was shown what could be on the other side of this pushing into and through the membrane of the old wall of the old world into this
Mm.
new world. And what I was witnessing was myself in a new space of time, and it looked all great and beautiful and all the thing. And I'm like, so now it's about aligning myself to that. If that's where I'm wanting to go, or that's what I'm wanting to move into, then it's about aligning self frequency wise to that, to play that out now, to be that. And this is what I could see with all the memory, the cellular memory thing. It was really interesting. And I thought, this has gone into a much deeper level for me in respect to that, and that how with like the Akashic record, you're moving into that remembrance. Really,
Exactly.
it's already an
Mm-hmm.
opportunity potential already there. It's just frequency setting you right into it. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me share because I always get excited when you
Yeah.
say. So when I told you that we have these Akashic memories in the body, one of the ways that I do it is going through the body. And I access the cells. I really see the organelles,
Yeah.
everything. And one of the things that I do, is to, I don't know the word, refine, redesign, or reprogram the mitochondria
Yeah. Right.
because it's our powerhouse.
Yeah.
So it's like, and then before getting to the mitochondria, you know that the cell has, you talk about membrane, and the membrane, you have receptors. So you have the receptor for joy, that is the chemistry for joy, for sadness, for depression, for excitement, for these emotions. When I am working the body, the client's body, I activate the receptor called self. The biology of belief by Bruce Lipton, he talks about it, but I learned about it before I read the book.
Right. Yeah. That was me with the cellular stuff. It's cool, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, you're talking about, yeah. The
Yeah.
membrane, right? So, and then it's like they are like doors. Like you open, then it activates. And then, like the remembrance, I have chills saying that. The remembrance is activate because, oh, the self, my sacred truth, my divinity, the way that you want to call, is activated. Then that's why I go to the mitochondria to create congruence with this.
Right. Yeah.
And then the DNA is also activated. So it's amazing. And then people have even physical healings.
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. Eh. Yeah. That's so, I just, one of the biggest things for me probably in this life, many big things, but one of the things that was sort of parked up here, and I was always just allowing it to show me what else, was how we work this biology, how this biology here, this form, how we are to drive it or learn to be in it, that was going to give us our ultimate, like, the landing in it, that we were going to
Mm-hmm.
be at our absolute best. And that there is really coming on board now for most people today. They've come to a point where they're really paying attention to the body now, because they're realizing that actually we're doing it in the body. We're
Yes,
moving
yes.
our
It's the
higher.
body memory.
Absolutely. And so
Yes.
it's there's quite a big shift in that for a lot of people now, realizing that's actually what is necessary now. Before it was, interesting to people, but now they're really kicking in and with a deeper knowing and understanding of it, and working their body in a way that's more has better results for them, and is a healthier way of being, and gives the body the best it can in this movement
Yes.
of shift, because it's such a huge change. um, and it's shifting so much within us. Our DNA definitely changing, moving
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh,
shifting,
yes.
rocking and rolling. It's like
Mm-hmm.
it's so exciting, and it's
Yeah, and these memories, they are everywhere in your blood,
yeah,
tissues, bones, your organs. One of the things that I do is to set congruence, the three hearts or brains of the body. The
yeah.
intestine, because the intestine is the second brain, right? So it's like sorry.
All good.
Yeah, let me drink some water.
Yes.
The intestines have neurons, nervous cells. So I call the visceral heart. And when I was delivering sessions, I learned that our identity is stored in the intestines. So
Right.
when we are embody the new identity, like the divine identity, it's very important to work there, the visceral heart. And
Mm,
then we send energy from this to the heart organ, the neurons as well, nerve cells in the heart. So we said the same language. And then later to the brain, right? So first we work in the body. So you have these three brains working in unison. And
yes.
then this is one of my cards. Can I show you?
Yes,
Then you
absolutely.
regulate your energy system. Look, yeah. So I have this one of my healing cards. So you have this. So here,
Mm,
right? So we have the chakras, and you see the triangle is inverted.
yeah.
Why? Because people like it. When I used to have anxiety, all of this, people are so here in mental, in their mind. And then the concentration of energy is here. That's why people do not manifest. As we are humans, we have the human body, it's meant to be like this.
Yes.
Up to to the stomach area is the base of the trunk, so grounded into earth, right? Receiving energy, recycling energy from earth
Mm-hmm.
up to your stomach. So it's bathed all these organs here. And then when it's filled up, then the visceral heart pumps to the heart, then it's going to circulate these energetics to the body, and then goes to the cells and mitochondria. And then when it's okay, now we can go to the spiritual chakras, right? You see? So
Yeah.
this is one of the, when I am doing healings, this is one of the things that I do to bring balance in the energy system.
Yeah. And it's so important. Like today, there's so much distraction, and there's so much in the mental, and with all
Mental.
the 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 firing in of all the information that's been put together over the last 5 years around many
Yeah.
different things. It's like it's been an overload of information, and people have really been living in the mind a lot, trying to work everything out in the mind. And when
Mm-hmm.
I was showing how our body shifts itself into its higher state, it was that the physical realm of our body is that we go in from the lower human heart basically into the higher heart, and then it shifts into the higher lower mind into higher mind. And the
Exactly.
one thing that kept showing up was that the lower mind was always trying to trick you back into it, like
Yeah.
bring you back to your old story, bring you back to your old feelings, bring you
Yeah.
back to the same old thing that you might say. And that there, I find a lot of people, they get stuck in the in between where they're not quite, through the
Yes,
mm,
yes, and it's okay if it's like this
yeah,
and this,
yes,
right? But the point is, when you are learning to create the sustainability of this alignment that you are creating, so you tap into the vibration of your soul, then you know how to reverse the process.
yes,
That
absolutely.
is the point. And people, when they are, oh, they get triggered. And
Yeah.
then lots of people, they can get out of the mental. And
Mm,
then the stories, because it's okay to feel the emotions. The
yeah,
emotions will be back. All right, but the point is the story. Don't engage with the story. Emotions, they come, observe, allow, accept, let go. But the
yeah,
story, don't replicate the story.
that's right. And I got to a point where for me there was the shifting over to
Hmm.
where my story had no juice behind it anymore. So the mind I might have been keep dropping into the lower mind and trying to retell story and narrate around it all, but it actually didn't have any life force behind it. It was that everything had moved away from it so much that there was just the story being said or told or repeated, but no energy in it that created any more of it in my world around me, and that external, creation that I was creating. So that was a relief because I was like, oh my God, just shut up, come out of there, come out of
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
And the desire of it not wanting it to actually create more of what had already been going on in my world, because I wasn't resonating with that anymore. But yet my mind kept going back in. And when I clicked that actually it had no life force behind the mind story, it wasn't able to actually create any, because there was no force to it. There was nothing that would manifest it into play out in reality here in this realm.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a relief. It was like, yay, we finally get through to a point,
Yes.
where we've unplugged enough that it's got no juice in it. So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Mindset, heart set, every working in unison.
yes,
Yes.
yeah. And it makes a big, like a really big difference in the way that you do create into the world and what your feels are around what you want to create as well. It just really
Mm.
shifts all of that whole, what we might have thought was important to us back there somewhere is now not important. And we want to shift and create something new in there rather than what we thought might have been a good thing for us as often changes, majorly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one of the things, Mandy, that I see that we come here to create something that nobody does.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So Akashic Records, Reiki, coaching, it doesn't matter. They are simply tools,
Yes.
but they activate something within that you know already how to do it. And when it's activated, you download, start downloading. And the more you practice, the more you download.
Yeah.
So I am the one, I think nobody does, that reads the records in the body and do all of this.
Beautiful.
Activating the codes, the remembrance, because we are encoded. So
Mm,
let's activate. That's why I downloaded, I love to say downloaded the Akashic Alignment Codes activation. My Oracle cards that I'm going to launch very soon. Then, and the book as well, because it's not just a guidebook, it's a book
yeah.
that it's like a workbook. And so we have these ascension codes, wealth codes, but it's also always so driven. My wealth codes are different from yours
Yeah. Yeah.
because we have unique experience and we are unique by essence.
Absolutely, eh? And I think for people to really get that, because what everyone seems to want to do is duplicate themselves with the what they're seeing out there, and as we were talking before earlier around how our parents and our families expected us to live life a certain way and do it the way they'd done traditionally,
Yeah.
and what we're doing is we're breaking through all of that, and it's really not about comparing ourselves with someone else or looking at what they're doing and going, oh, I want to do that too. Yes, there might be a spark of something within you that is that, and that's all good. But when we're trying to duplicate ourselves on what we're seeing
Mm-hmm.
others doing, then that's just
Exactly.
following as we've always followed. And
And
we're
that's
not,
why
we're not
some
here to do it.
they things don't work out because they are just following recipes. Oh, like that. Oh, it's all right. I
Yes.
will do that too. But
Yeah,
it's not the same. Even when you're cooking, it's different because I have my way of cooking,
that's right.
right?
Yeah,
So we are here. And you are an example of this because you have downloads. I think you haven't perceived that, but you have downloaded your own technology as well. So
yeah.
we are here to do something that nobody does. And that's
Mm,
what makes us so special, so unique. And we are going to attract the people that need our services. In fact, they need us, our energetics.
absolutely. Absolutely. And what I've come to recognize is that I am an activator. I activate others into, and you are that, So we, as you're saying, the energetics, we have that within us, or we are that actually activates others into a space that allows them to witness themselves in a new
Mm-hmm.
alignment. And that there I love. I love it, love it, love it. Like, I love all of it. I've always loved this life and what we're up to. It's like now we're in the really fun part. A lot of people don't see it like that, but I really have and always seen it.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's getting more and more exciting in respect to what we're
it
able to do
is.
now and how we can present it and all of the things. Some of the social platforms maybe aren't the best place to put them all, but until something else shows up, or I don't know quite where that's all going to go, but that doesn't matter. We're all right.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
That's why we are here. Because
exactly.
I see, imagine that, okay, I have my own soul purpose, but I set contracts with myself to do something here exactly in this lifetime. But I set a contract with the planet. I set a contract with my family system.
Yeah.
I set a contract with the source,
Mm,
and they are intertwined. So we have our individual purpose and collective purpose. This
yes.
is what I see, and my mission here is to help these people that I call soulpreneurs to activate their light so that they can feel safe in their own light and say, "Oh, my light is enough." And
Mm-hmm.
then the energy of relief. I don't have to do. No, you have to be. And then, okay, you become feminine because when you are being, you are tapping into feminine, divine feminine consciousness. Then,
Mm,
okay, then you download. Oh, this is what I am here for. This is what I set a contract with myself when I was looking down. Oh, this is what I'm going to do for
yeah.
new earth. All of us, you and me, all of us, we are here to build the new earth, right?
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's extremely exciting. So
Yes, it is.
so Angela, where are you based?
Brazil.
Brazil, yeah, that's what I thought. And so you do in-home clients, or is it all online?
Yeah, I
Like,
have
how do people get
some.
hold of you?
Majority they are online clients, so I have clients in Brazil and globally.
Yeah, yeah. And so how
Yeah.
would people get hold of you or get in touch with you? And
Okay. So they can, so I have my email or the Calendly links. I offer a complimentary 30-minute Akashic diagnosis session. So, for example, someone comes and say, "Oh, I am stuck in abundance, lack. So this is what is happening. I don't know. I don't understand. And then I go to the records, I visit the records and see the root cause. And
Right.
then I present that, and then I offer, oh, would you like to do this and that, because it's always customized. And then if the person say yes, we continue the journey.
Beautiful. That's lovely.
Yes,
And
yes.
you're going to be teaching, and that's going to be, is that
Oh,
online?
yes. Yes, it's a
Yeah.
3 month program. It's called Shine Wealth because I'm going to teach how to read your records, ancestry records, money records, and then business records. So it's going 3 months, and then we're going to have 12 live sessions plus the recorded classes, right? The PDFs, the material. And in fact, is I'm not only going to teach to read, but what do you do with the data? And how do you embody your divine identity? So this process to engage my Akashic wisdom and learn the next steps, all of this.
Mm, mm. Yeah,
Yeah,
it will
this is
be.
what I will be teaching.
Yeah, it'll be pretty full on with information and rememberings and realizations, I'm sure, for everyone. And do you find, when you come together as a group online, even online, it's a really awesome way, but do you find how things start merging in respect to people's experiences, or it's
Mm,
like each one of them builds into something else, say like each part of
yes,
everybody's energy together starts building something in there. It's really, really cool. And you never know
yes, it
quite
becomes
what's
a
going to show.
force.
Yeah,
You see, and
yeah,
then when we are in group, so if this group is together because they were meant to be together,
right.
right? Because we share something
Yeah,
that the collective, this group needs to heal or align or to discover or whatever.
yeah.
And it's amazing. So I see that it becomes a force of creation.
Yeah. It's
It's
beautiful watching
beautiful.
it all, eh? It is.
Yes.
Being witness to it, but also that person that's
Yeah.
activating that space for them to do this. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
great.
can share if you the link for the certification, and
Mhm.
also I don't know if I have given you already the my Calendly link so that people can book their calls, their sessions for
Okay.
the Akashic diagnosis session. It's pretty interesting to experience. Oh,
Yeah.
my Akashic records.
Yeah, for sure. No, it's I sat in a 30-minute with you. Um and
Yes.
that was really great. And you did pull up something that I hadn't even considered being a thing for me, which is where my mum had miscarried between my brother and I. And your
I
feeling, yeah,
remember.
and your feeling was that it was a boy, and I agreed with that because that was my feeling as well. But how that had affected my journey as well in respect to how mum was feeling when I was in the womb, etc., which I'd picked up on. But you brought a bit of a deeper aspect into it, which was really interesting, which related back to my
Oh, yes.
relationships with men. It
Yeah, I
was,
love
yeah.
working with the ancestry system because we can
Mm,
realign, we can harmonize. So
yeah.
miscarriages are very important, or the ones that were excluded in the system. It's
Mm-hmm.
also like we have energy leaks. So
Yeah.
when we learn about that, we can realign that, like include everybody so that the flow of energy can be restored and the prosperity as well,
Yes.
because we have lack and scarcity in our lineage. Yes, we do, but we also have a lot of prosperity and a lot of core gifts to retrieve.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, and I
Yeah,
think we're really opening up to more of those now. There's so much newness coming in that it's exciting to see.
yeah, that's your expertise as well.
Yeah, yeah. It's great, eh? It's so cool. So yeah. Well, that's awesome, and I'll get you to flick over all those links for me, and I can put them out
Okay,
this
sure, sure.
when we put them out.
Yes.
And yeah, exciting, really, really exciting, and I love following what you're doing, and I love your vibrancy very much. Um,
Yeah.
it really is really uplifting. I love that, Angela. So yeah,
Yeah, people say.
yeah, it is. It's a beautiful
Yeah.
thing. But thank
Thank
you for
you.
being you,
Oh,
just beautiful. And I love
thank
that we've
you.
connected. I really, really have enjoyed
Yes, you know, Mandy,
time.
I just talked Universal. I want to live in Australia.
Do
And I
you?
love New Zealand. Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
beautiful.
yes. So let's see what unfolds.
That will be wonderful. We might be able to have a big hug one
Yeah, we
day.
can
That
do
would be
things
cool.
together in person, you
Yes,
know?
yes, absolutely. Yay.
Yes.
Yeah, so wow,
Let's see what the future holds for us.
absolutely. And is there anything, Angela, that you'd like to just leave us with at all? Anything else?
Okay. So just a message that before our show here, I delivered an Akashic transmission. Something that came to me is that become rare. It's an invitation to become rare, to tap into your uniqueness and really embody your divinity in the now,
Mm,
right? We are all the soulpreneurs. We have a mission. Things are going to change in the planet. So now it's time to live our dreams because if you live with dreams, you open portals for others people to do the same.
yes.
So,
Yeah.
yes, become aware, learn about you, your uniqueness, your soul blueprint, what you are here for that nobody does,
Mm,
and own it.
yes, own it.
Own it. Yeah,
Absolutely. And
yeah.
I've been really introducing the word or the embracing of power, because we are powerful,
Yes,
and the power has been so tainted with, if it's power, then it's dark. It has manipulation and it has
yes.
control and all of that. But when you come into a state of love within, and really embody that, and there's a wisdom with it, and with that wisdom and that power, that brings power. Love
Mm-hmm.
with and wisdom is very powerful, and it's not about
Yeah.
manipulation, it's not about control, it's not about
No,
harming.
no, no, but we learn that.
We
And
do.
also, my first experience with power was manipulation, abuse,
Mm,
right? Brainwash. So, and authority, because we associate power with authority. And
yeah,
we are here to be our authority.
exactly.
Yes,
Mm,
and we are leaders.
mm,
So people, soulpreneurs, they get stuck in growing their business because they have to rewrite their relationship with power.
yes, definitely. Yeah.
Yes, and say, Michael, what is your power like? For example, my power is healing. My power is transformative. My power is delicious. People love my power because I ignite that power. It's very
Yeah.
important to say to yourself, what's your power like? And feel comfortable with it.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. It was a big one for me. I knew I was a powerful being. Always knew that, but I
The
always
embodiment
called
of your
it.
power is your leadership.
Yes. Yes, it is.
So,
Mm,
yeah,
beautiful.
yeah.
Oh, it's such good time.
Yeah, yes, nuggets of wisdom. Tu, 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 tu,
Yeah, for sure. Eh? It's so cool.
tu, tu.
I love it. Well, thank you so, so much for coming
Thank you,
in.
Mandy.
It's so
Oh,
lovely. And yeah, we'll
yes.
keep in touch for sure. And
Yes,
you
sure, sure.
definitely let me know if you're coming over this way. That'd be amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. And thank you everyone for chiming in. It's been an absolute pleasure again. And we will put all the links together for our beautiful Angela
Okay,
so that you won't
yeah.
lose her. All right.
I'll
Much love,
send you.
everyone.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.